Chapter 6 Bookstore, a Fortress of Knowledge. The wretch and an ashen-faced HP entered a cluttered, crowded, and crusty bookshop. Today, this bookshop is hosting a book signing from a famous wizard. His exact area of expertise is unknown, but he seems to have gotten a fair amount of people to buy into the idea that he is an important person. A flustered old photographical mage rushes by the adoring crowd to document this most momentous event for the local newspaper, the Telekinesiogram. The semi-famous wizard, still stunned by the level of attention he is receiving, starts to improvise. He grabs the dusty Harry out of a crowd for a photo op. Front page material for sure, the cunning, opportunistic little blighter thinks to himself. Malfoy looks on in disgust and hacks loogies from his devious vantage point in the rafters. The moment now captured in wizarding film, the celebrity magician, who we will refer to as Foolhardy McDeucecakes, discards Harry like the shell of a pistachio. No, like the wild card as your last move in a game of Uno. Yes, that's it, like Uno. But enough with card games. This event is about books, and more importantly, the man who wrote them. Foolhardy makes a rousing speech to the crowd. The reason I wrote these books was so I could sign them. And look at all of you lining up just so I could write my name in them. The crowd bursts into rapturous applause at such thoughtful and sincere remarks. Harry looks around in disbelief as he goes to exit the bookstore. Why couldn't anyone else see what a doucher this guy was? Just then, Malfoy and a man that could only be his dad rudely impede Harry's progress toward the exit. You guys are all filthy. Ever heard of a shower? Snaps the albino delinquent Malfoy. I don't shower. I take aromatic bubble baths. Bubble baths, eh? Well, I don't think anyone here can deny just how relaxing they are. Forgive me, but may I see the scar? F no, my body belongs to me. But Papa Malfoy obviously has no concept of personal boundaries and touches the scar anyway. He gets a vicious glint in his eye as he views the famous scar. It is said that Mr. Malfoy was one of the highest-ranking generals in Valmart's army of evil. A tense moment, to say the least. Malfoy takes the opportunity to slip a little book into a young Weasley cauldron while no one is looking. The source of Malfoy's sense of entitlement and disrespect for the working class at large becomes apparent as Malfoy Sr. makes fun of the Weasleys for being poor and stuff. The Weasel King arrives to protect his clan from this verbal assault. No, Malfoy, the joke is on you, because one thing that money can't buy is love. The strength, purity, and truth of these words are too much for the evil-ass Slytherins to handle. As the words leave the king's lips, a glowing light begins to emanate from all the Weasleys that drive the Malfoys out of the bookshop down into the depths of the vagabond alley where they belong. Chapter 7 Going to School. The Weasleys weave their way through the crowd. They're late to catch the Hogwarts school shuttle. Without a moment's hesitation, the Weaselkins rush past the magical barrier and onto the magical platform. With all the others through, it is now time for Harry and Ron to enter this rift into the platform realm. They run hard to the wall, and kabloomsh! Against all wizarding logic, the wall remains solid. They are stuck in this godforsaken muggle realm, and surely the shuttle has left without them. Well, now what? Asks the exasperated HP. I don't know. But whatever we do, we need to act fast. No time to wait for my parents to come through and help us. Harry couldn't agree more, so the two young lads decide to steal their parents' flying car and fly to school. So they take off for Hogwarts Castle. To avoid the greedy eyes of muggles, the bear employs a cloaking device. The car, now wrapped in a thin film of chameleon skin, blends in with the clouds. Hey, Ronnie. Yeah? I was just thinking, how do you even know how to drive? You're freaking 12 years old. You're right, I have no idea what I'm doing. The two young wizards burst into laughter at the thought of their own obituaries in tomorrow's telekinesis-ogram. The ride to Hogwarts is a long one, and they pass the time by playing various games. Alright, I'll have to say Chuck Trelawney, fuck Pomfrey, and I'm gonna have to marry McGonagall. The boys laugh at the horrible decision Harry just had to make. They laugh so hard, in fact, that they can't hear the train and almost get run over. The owl is particularly disturbed. "Holy crow," says the bird. "We almost died." Death, thinks Harry, an experience I'm all too familiar with. And just as he thinks this, the situation that seemed to calm down goes from deadly to deadlier. Ronnie's erratic driving flips Harry clean out of the car. "Fucking keep your eyes on the air," Harry screams in mid-dangle. The struggle is a true test of their friendship, as Ronnie does his best to save Harry despite his sweaty hands. The heavens sigh a collective sigh as the prodigal son is saved. God was seriously considering intervening if Harry had in fact died. "Thanks," says Harry. "That was almost real bad." "Yup," says the bear.